Hi everybody, Lisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. Today, since it's Thursday, I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a Throwback Thursday video because I realized I hadn't done one in a while and I was using a more vintage style bag, and so that seemed like a good opportunity to do another Throwback Thursday video. um, This is the Three-Pocket Tote in Happy Snails. Excuse me, Miss Thing. Oh, I see what's going on. We are stealing toys. Is that what we're doing, Peaches? There. The Peaches, you can't have them both. They're exactly the same. Let her have one. Ugh, welcome to my world. Fighting over the exact same toy. So I recently did my top fall patterns video, and I'll put the link to that below. And in there, I showed my other Three-Pocket Tote, which is in Mocha Rouge, and I did mention, but I showed it empty. So this will sort of be more like a what's in my bag with the Three-Pocket Tote. And the Happy Snails version, which I was saying in that previous video, hadn't come yet. I had ordered it, but it hadn't come, and I was wondering if it was lost in the mail. Well, it finally showed up. And this pattern was also in my fall patterns countdown. I just only had a small item to show at the time. I was hoping to have this for the video, but it hadn't shown up yet. I do think this is a good fall pattern. I don't remember the year off the top of my head. I'll put it in the video description, but you can find all these if I remember. I'll try to remember to do that. But you can find these on the pattern archive on the website, which I know is, now that the website's been redesigned, sometimes it's a little problematic to find the pattern archive. I certainly can't find it on my iPad or my iPhone. I can only access it through my laptop, which is a MacBook Pro. But for some reason, I can't seem to call it up on my, any mobile device like that. So, this is in there though. When you are able to actually access that archive, this is in there. I think, as I said in the other video where I mentioned this style, I think this style was a QVC exclusive. I've only seen it in like 4 patterns. And I really like this. It's a good medium-sized tote. So since it was empty in the other video, I thought I would sort of do a what's in my bag and talk about it. And that is what's in my bag. Let's see if I can get some decent light. But I'll pull everything out. It's sort of not bad. Everything fits in here real nice. And why I like this bag in particular is the width this way, the thickness of it this way. I like it that it doesn't get too thin. It doesn't lie too flat. And something else that is sort of nice that they've picked up doing again with the current bags is something they do on the vintage bags, which is that the piping is the pattern fabric. Whereas for a while there on the Vera totes and other bags, the piping had been recently a solid microfiber type. I don't know if it was actually microfiber, but it was a solid color. And it seems like on these last few releases, like with French Paisley and the breast cancer pattern that came out, and the dogs, the Best in Show, all these patterns now, they have that same, they're going back to the piping that is the patterned fabric. Really love that. I don't know why, I just really like that. So you can see it in there, that piping is the pattern. So this is not a color palette that I normally would gravitate towards. I feel like it is a little muted and masculine. But I do like it for fall. I think it works for fall. And it appeals to me in this particular bag style. Like the other styles of bags that I see a lot, like the bowler, I never like the bowler. I do like the quick draw, and I've seen this in the quick draw. But again, it's just the combination of this pattern and this style really appealed to me for some reason. And I did get this new with tags. can't remember whether it was Poshmark or I don't remember which site it was. I don't think it was eBay. I think it was Poshmark. I'm not sure. But new with tags, not a bad price. And I really feel like I lucked out here with the pattern placement because, you know, I don't really have much control over that. You know, I can't really be that picky because you don't see that many coming up in good condition. But I feel like it's balanced nicely here. So, you know, I've got like the orange here, the orange there, that's kind of balanced. You got this blue here and the blue up there, that's kind of balanced a little bit. And then you've got this sort of, this smaller flowers here and a bunch of smaller flowers here. So I just think that I lucked out with the balance there. In the back, this is the front with the three slip pockets. They go down to the bottom and they give the bag its name. And then the other side, no pockets, just the pattern. There's something about the way this pattern is rendered that reminds me of the covering. It was like a coated fabric that they used to use back in the day on those heavy wooden deck chairs and beach houses and things. I always see them on the Jersey Shore. And the fabrics that were sort of covering the cushions, they had that sort of vinyl kind of feel to them, that coating, plastic kind of coating to them. And they had these big like flowers sort of rendered like this, I feel like. There's something about this bag takes me back to that, my childhood and on the Jersey Shore for some reason. So there are snails in the pattern, but only on the trim and the lining. I'll get to the lining if I can, you know, get everything out of the bag. But you can see the snails, different color snails in the lining and the trim up top, which is nice. It's blue and orange and yellow. I don't think there's any red ones. Maybe inside? No, they don't look like they're in it. Doesn't look like there's any red snails. Sort of hard not to think about Gary in SpongeBob. It always makes me think of Gary. And then I always say, if you're like me, SpongeBob SquarePants is all about plankton. Okay, so, just some quick measurements. Top, which is just a magnetic snap closure. What's going on over here, puppies? You okay, Rosie? So just a magnetic snap closure up top. Top is about 14. Maybe if I pulled it even tighter, 15. The strap drop. These straps are not padded or quilted. They're not quilted, but they do feel like they've got some kind of cushioning in there a little bit. They're not totally bare bones. They have a softness about them. 11-inch strap drop. That's good for me. And the height of the bag, I guess, is about 11 also. No, 12. No, 13. And this width, side to side, well, back to front, whatever. 5, about 5. So that's nice. I like that width, that 5-inch width. I think she wants you to lick her ears, Rosie. Okay, so this works out really well for me. It doesn't have a lot of organization inside, but I'm okay with that because all my stuff just sort of shores itself up, you know, because it's sort of packed in there. So I have my medium cosmetic that was just sort of shoved in there with gloves. I use that for latex gloves. And I have this was also just lying in there, a larger pouch from the Cosmetic Trio from the factory outlet store. This was Garden Dream, for anyone who's wondering. It was Performance 12. This is Charmant Meadow, current pattern there. And then I have my usual, let's see, that's not bad. Oh, I guess I can take this. I have a notebook. This is something I have been carrying around a Vera mini notebook. And that's working well. I like that very stiff binding. This is a softer binding. But I just ordered this from Shutterfly. Because I get these emails from Shutterfly for free gifts where all I have to do is pay for shipping. And so that's when I try to order something with Duke's picture on it. And so I got this notebook with a Duke on the cover. So I'll put that in my bag. It's a little bit more flexible. I don't know. I mean, I don't want this to get too worn, and I feel like the Vera notebooks are a little bit sturdier. The cover's stiffer. So I may keep this at home, but since I had just gotten it, I wanted to have it with me. And then I have just my usual, like, GPS pouch. That's not Vera. And my usual light, not medium cosmetic for charger cords. This is, oh God, I'm not going to remember this. Maybe Lavender Bouquet. Not sure what the light nut version of this pattern was called. And then I switched to my Best in Show turn lock wallet. I decided I was holding out hope that I could find a turn lock where this flat fabric was right side up. But I just keep seeing them upside down, and so I'm just going with it because I do like everything else about this one. So I'm pleased with this one. And I think this was an on the roll or on a roll. I don't remember what this thing is called. Havana Rose, but I just have pens in there. And Mini Dome Cosmetic and Fruit Grow for lip gloss and tissues and stuff. Although I haven't been wearing much lip gloss because of the masks. The masks are, oops. Did you do that? Or did I do that? Masks are a good excuse to not have to wear lip gloss. And then my various Zip ID and Campus double IDs with photos in them that people probably used to seeing in my videos. I did switch out the lanyard. I was using my last video. I was using the bees lanyard, which I was saying was kind of a little rough feeling. So I did go switch into the Best in Show, the wider Best in Show lanyard, which has that nice slick feel to it. And it's printed on both sides, so the front and the back are the same, which is nice, and you get those little tennis balls. And so I'm using that just to sort of keep this all together, just in my bag, just like that. And then I have this one separate, just because sometimes if I'm transferring all my stuff to a smaller bag or some of my stuff to a smaller bag, I still want to have one of these with Duke's picture in it on me. So it's just easy to have one separate to pull out and take with me in a smaller bag. And so this is a Best in Show Zip ID with my Dookie dog on the back. And this picture there, and the matching lanyard. And so then, this is what I did want to just mention, because I just thought this was great. And I actually did this the other day with my Glenna too, although I had to use the inside zipper pocket on the Glenna to do this. So I needed to sort of have the zipper pocket closed a little bit to shore up the bottle. But here I don't have to do that. So inside the Three-Pocket Tote, on one wall of the bag, there are also 3 slip pockets. So there are the 3 slip pockets outside on the front, and then there are 3 small slip pockets on one wall of the bag inside. And they're sort of on this flap that's sort of tacked down. I can show that if I try to turn the bag inside out. But they're shallow. They don't go down. They go down about to there, so they don't go down to the bottom of the bag. And so since my hand sanitizer is in this pump bottle, which is kind of tall, it sticks out. It hits the bottom of the slip pocket. And then I was finding that it's nice, that works really well because I can have the nozzle set to the open, direction. And then I can just press on it without having to use my hand to support it. Like I don't have to offer resistance because the pocket does that. So I can just press down, press against the bottom of the pocket. It's on my shoulder, and it just makes pumping it a lot easier when I'm out and about. I don't have to touch it as much with my hands, which might be, contaminated. I mean, usually when I pump some onto my hands, I'm rubbing into my hands, and then I rub it on the outside of the bottle too. But no, this just worked really well. Just made it easier to use. And I was doing that yesterday with my Glenna. The same thing happened with the Glenna, only like I said, I had to close the zipper pocket. This was sticking out of the zipper pocket, and I had to close the zipper pocket up to it, to hit against it and keep it in place. I don't have to do that here. It just fits so nice in that pocket. It's like that pocket's the perfect width for it. And then next to it, I have my iPhone. So I would have my iPhone in a Carson cell phone crossbody for protection, but it won't fit in that slip pocket with that on it. So it didn't seem necessary. I just drop it in the slip pocket. It worked fine. Okay, so the inside, just to see the lining, there is a removable cardboard base. There is let's see if I can turn this inside out without damaging the base. But I should be able to do it because the base, so like, if this is the width, this is the length of the base here, the cardboard is here. It's a small piece of cardboard. It doesn't run the whole length of the base. So turning the bag inside out, it might be a little bit easier without, risking bending that cardboard. I have washed this. It went through the wash fine. I took the cardboard out and washed it, even though it was new with tags. So you can see the edge of the cardboard there. Just slides right out. So this is the wall with the slip pockets, and it's sort of like open. This is sort of like a flap here with the pocket, not quilted, but heavy. It seems reinforced, like it's more than one layer of fabric. And it's tacked down on the sides instead of like on the tic-tac tote, I think, or on like the tie tote, some of those other vintage styles where they have like a flap, a hanging sort of flap that's only sewn down at the top, and it's got the slip pockets or a zipper pocket on it, and then it sort of flaps about. This doesn't. It's tacked down. Probably because this is not a seam on the bottom here. It's probably this whole piece starts here and then folds up and becomes the pocket, front edge of the pocket, and then it's finished with this edging of the fabric, the pattern on top. So you can see the pattern here, the lining pattern, which again has the snails. You can see the snails all up in there, all up and through it. Looks like they're only orange on the lining. But anyway, I'm just really pleased with this bag and how it's functioning. You can see the magnetic snap closure there. Very comfortable. The strap drop is really great. Actually, I didn't show it on. I should just throw all the stuff back in there real quick and I can show it on. But I really been pleased with this sort of more vintage style because it's a good medium, good mid-sized tote. It's a little bit roomier than the small Vera, and the strap drop is shorter. There's something about the proportions of that small Vera that I don't like. I think the strap drop is oddly long, and it just doesn't really look good on me. It hangs kind of low for a small bag. Just seems odd. I'm going to throw my photos back in. I usually put this on top of it like that. You can't really, maybe you can't, there, you can sort of see it. Oh, of course, half my stuff's on the floor now. Very professional. I do a very professional job here. So I got my mask pouch and my glove pouch, pens, hand sanitizer. I don't know if you can see any of that. Turn lock. Whoops. Phone. And my notebook. That's it. Okay. Ooh, just in this shot, I don't have to move my. I lucked out. I don't have to move my computer really. Yes, you know, the pattern looks good from a distance because it's very graphic. It's got those big flower bursts, flower heads there, even on the side. You know, both ends actually lucked out with a big orange flower there. And a little bit of the blue one. That blue, that's nice. I do like that aqua color. So again, good strap drop because I feel like my arm can sort of cover the bag, secure the bag a little bit. Yeah. Stays up nice and high when I open it to, you know, mess around in there. Very comfortable. Not too big. Doesn't stick out, you know, beyond my body that much, you know. There, I'm not really in the shot anymore. Get in the shot. So anyway, that was it today. There's, you can see the 3-pocket tote, 3 slip pockets. Very handy. And also, small enough, I mean, I can get my hand in there, but they have a smallness about them which is nice because they're not so easy to access. So I feel I'm not as worried that someone might slip a hand in there and grab something, although, you know, no one's getting, you know, everyone's 6 feet away at least. They should be farther away. And when this whole thing is over, I hope everyone remains 6 feet away from me. Please, just stay 6 feet away from me. Anyway, that was it. The 3-pocket tote in Happy Snails for my Throwback Thursday, What's in My Bag. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you next time on Vera Bradley Bag of the Day.